Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. My name is Jake, and I'm very happy you are here today. If you are listening to this podcast, I know one thing about you. You are learning English, and you really want to speak English better. Maybe you study English every day. You read books. You learn grammar rules. You memorize new words. But still, when it's time to speak, you feel quiet. You feel nervous. You feel stuck. If this sounds like you, don't worry. You are not alone. Millions of English learners feel the same way. Today's topic is very simple, but very powerful. Stop studying. Start speaking. Yes, you heard that right. Stop studying too much and start speaking more. In this episode, I will talk about why studying alone is not enough and why speaking is the key to fluency. I will use simple words. I will use easy examples. And I will share practical ideas that you can use in your daily life. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need advanced English. You just need to listen, relax, and keep an open mind. By the end of this podcast, you will understand why speaking is more important than studying, and how you can start speaking English from today. So take a deep breath, sit comfortably, and let's begin this journey together. Now, let's talk about a very common problem. This problem happens to almost every English learner. Many people study English a lot, but they speak English very little. They open grammar books. They watch English lessons. They write notes. They memorize long vocabulary lists. All of this looks good. All of this feels productive. But there is one big problem. They are learning about English, not using English. Some learners know many grammar rules. They can explain tenses. They can answer test questions. But when someone says, "Hi, how are you?" they don't know what to say. Why does this happen? Because studying feels safe. When you study, no one hears you. No one corrects you. No one laughs at your mistakes. But speaking feels scary. Many learners think, what if I make a mistake? What if my pronunciation is bad? What if people don't understand me? So they wait. They say, I will speak later. I need to study more first. When my English is perfect, I will speak. But here is the truth. That perfect time never comes. The more you study without speaking, the more afraid you become. English stays in your book. English stays in your head. But it never comes out of your mouth. This is the real problem. Not lack of knowledge, but lack of practice. If you want to speak English, you must use English. And in the next part, I will explain why studying alone will never make you fluent. Now let's talk about something very important. This may change the way you think about learning English. Studying alone will never make you fluent. Yes, studying is helpful. Yes, grammar and vocabulary are important, but they are not enough. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you want to learn how to ride a bicycle. You read a book about bicycles. You watch videos about bicycles. You learn all the rules, but you never sit on the bicycle. Will you learn how to ride? Of course not. English is the same. You can study English for years, but if you don't speak, your mouth and your brain are not trained. Fluency is not about knowing rules. Fluency is about using English naturally. When you speak, many things happen. Your brain thinks faster. Your mouth learns the sounds. Your confidence grows. When you only study, Your brain stays quiet. Another problem is this. When you study alone, you have too much time to think. You think about grammar. You think about mistakes. You translate in your head. But real speaking is fast. There is no time to think. That is why many learners freeze when they speak. Fluency comes from action, not preparation. From practice, not perfection. Study helps you understand English, but speaking helps you own English. So remember this. You don't learn to speak by studying more. You learn to speak by speaking more. And in the next section, I will explain what start speaking really means. Now, this is a very important part of today's podcast. Please listen carefully. Many English learners hear the words start speaking, and they feel scared. They think speaking means speaking perfect English, speaking fast, speaking like a native speaker. But that is not true. So let me explain clearly what start speaking really means. Starting to speak does not mean being perfect. It means being brave. Starting to speak means using simple words, making short sentences, saying what you can, not what you can't. You don't need big vocabulary. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need a beautiful accent. You just need to express your idea. Let me give you an example. Instead of thinking, I don't know the correct tense, just say, I go market yesterday. Yes, it's not perfect, but the message is clear. People understand you, and that is communication. Here is a very important sentence. Please remember it. Broken English is better than silent English. Silence does not help you learn. Mistakes help you grow. When you speak, even with mistakes, your confidence increases. Your fear becomes smaller. Your English becomes more natural. Another thing you must understand. You don't need permission to speak. You don't need to wait. You don't need to prepare for years. Start speaking with what you have right now. Speak slowly. Speak simply. Speak daily. Because every time you speak, you move one step closer to fluency. And in the next section, I will show you how to start speaking English alone, even if you don't have a partner. Now, let's talk about something very practical. Many learners say, I want to speak English, but I don't have anyone to talk to. The good news is, you don't need a partner to start speaking. You can start alone, today, with simple methods. Here are some ways you can practice. 1. Talk to yourself. Yes, it may feel strange at first, but it works. Describe what you are doing. For example, I am making tea. I am sitting in my room. I am listening to my favorite song. 2. Use a mirror. Stand in front of a mirror. Talk to yourself like you are talking to a friend. Watch your mouth, your face, your expressions. It will help you feel confident and natural. 3. Think in English. Not translate. Stop translating from your native language. Instead, try to think directly in English. For example, when you see a cat, think, the cat is small. The cat is sleeping. Your brain will learn English faster. 4. Speak about your daily life. Your day is full of speaking opportunities. Talk about what you ate, what you did, your plans for tomorrow. Even short sentences are very useful. 5. Use your phone or recorder, record your voice. Listen to it. Repeat. It's okay if it sounds strange. This helps you improve pronunciation and fluency. 6. Repeat short sentences from English media. Watch a short video or listen to a podcast. Pause, repeat, and speak aloud. It helps you copy natural English and practice speaking. Remember, the key is consistency, not perfection. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day of speaking alone is better than 2 hours of studying without speaking. Start small. Start today. Even small steps every day lead to big progress. And in the next section, we will talk about how mistakes can actually help you improve. Now, let's talk about something very important: mistakes. Many English learners are afraid to speak because they might make mistakes. They worry about saying the wrong word, using wrong grammar, pronouncing words incorrectly. But here is the truth. Mistakes are your best friend when learning English. Think about how children learn their first language. Do you think a child speaks perfectly at first? No. They make mistakes every day. And slowly, they learn from those mistakes and become fluent. It is the same with English. When you speak and make a mistake, you learn something new. Your brain remembers the correct word next time. Your mouth learns the correct pronunciation. You become more confident. The key is not to stop speaking. Don't wait for perfect English. Focus on expressing your ideas, not being perfect. Remember this sentence: every mistake is a step forward in learning. Mistakes are proof that you are trying, practicing, and improving. So welcome mistakes. Learn from them, and keep speaking. And in the next section, we will talk about how to create a simple daily speaking routine to make your English better every day. Now, let's talk about something very practical: a daily speaking routine. You don't need to spend hours speaking English every day. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day can make a huge difference. Here is a simple routine you can follow. 1. Morning speaking practice. When you wake up, talk to yourself for a few minutes. For example, today I will go to the market. I feel happy today. I will practice English today. This wakes up your brain and trains it to think in English. 2. Listen and repeat. Listen to a short English podcast, song, or video. Pause and repeat what you hear. This helps with pronunciation, intonation, and fluency. 3. Evening reflection. Before going to bed, talk about your day in English. Say simple sentences. I went to school today. I ate breakfast with my family. I practiced English today. This is like a review of your day, but in English. The key is consistency. It is better to speak 5 minutes every day than 1 hour only once a week. Even small daily practice builds confidence and fluency over time. And in the next section, we will talk about motivation and why speaking today is more important than waiting for tomorrow. Now, let's talk about something very important: motivation. Many learners say, I will speak English when I am ready. I will speak English when I know enough words. But here is the truth. You will never be completely ready. Fluency does not come from studying more. Fluency comes from speaking more. Think about it. If you want to be good at swimming, you jump into the water, right? You don't wait to be perfect. The same is true for English. Every time you speak, you learn something new. Every time you speak, your confidence grows. Every time you speak, you get closer to fluency. Even if your English is not perfect, even if you make mistakes, you are moving forward. So don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start speaking today. Remember this sentence: Your English improves only when your mouth speaks, not when your eyes read. Take action now. Even small steps every day make a huge difference. And in the next section, we will summarize everything and give a strong call to action. Now, let's quickly review everything we talked about today. First, we saw the big problem. Many learners study English a lot, but they don't speak. This stops them from becoming fluent. Then, we learned that studying alone will never make you fluent. You need to use English, not just know English. We also talked about what start speaking really means. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need a perfect accent. You just need to express your ideas. Next, we learned practical ways to speak alone. Talk to yourself, use a mirror, describe your day, record your voice, and repeat sentences from English media. We also learned a very important lesson. Mistakes are your best teacher. Every mistake helps you improve. And finally, we created a simple daily routine. 5 to 10 minutes every day is enough. Morning practice, listening and repeating, evening reflection. Remember, your English improves only when your mouth speaks, not when your eyes read. Now it's time for action. Don't wait for perfect English. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Start speaking today, right now, with simple sentences. Even one sentence is better than staying silent. If you follow these steps every day, your English will grow fast, your confidence will increase, and speaking English will become natural. Thank you for listening today. If you liked this podcast, make sure to practice speaking every day. And remember, stop studying, start speaking. I'm Jake, and I'll see you in the next episode.